Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A cold-blooded killing caught on camera. Horrifying new video plays out in court as two men stand charged of murdering a 13-year-old. Craig Patterson was killed back on March 16th on Frankfurt Street on Detroit's east side. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
Good evening. I'm Karen Drew, in for Devin Skillion tonight. That video was played in court today as part of a preliminary exam for Christian Malone and Tayshawn McDowell, who are charged with murder in this case. Sean Lay joins us now live with the very latest. Sean, that video is jarring.
Karen, Kimberly, here's why this case in particular jumped out to me today. We're talking about a 13-year-old shot dead on a Detroit city street in broad daylight, on the sidewalk, in fact. It jumped out to us, of course, because of security camera video up and down the street that captures this from start to finish. And remarkable how Detroit police linked those cameras and the footage together to lead to what happened in court today. It is a senseless, shocking shooting that highlights the major issue of gun violence. We'll take you inside 36th District Court this afternoon and Judge Kenneth King's courtroom. That's where an exam was held today for two men who are facing murder and gun charges, Christian Malone and Tayshawn McDowell. The victim just 13 years old, a kid, barely a teen, named Craig Patterson. It happened back in March on Detroit's east side. On the witness stand today, Patterson's brother, who was also shot twice but survived. What's more, the entire incident was caught on cameras from start to finish. Cameras capturing two men walking down a block, turning the corner. Another camera clearly captures them walking right up to the 13-year-old and his brother. We'll stop the video right there. That is when Patterson and his brother are shot. Craig Patterson did not survive. The two did not say anything to the victims. A gun is pulled out at the last moment and fired. Cameras capturing the two running away. Detroit police homicide detectives found a string of doorbell and security cameras. They put these images together to capture this killing. Why? Patterson's older brother had a simple disagreement with one of the men over a bike. And listen very closely. Malone was bound over to face murder charges. Judge King saying Tayshawn McDowell, if he is one of the men in this video, is just as responsible for being with that shooter the entire time.
I don't know why, young man, you would associate yourself with somebody who just see murder somebody on the street in cold blood.
Back here live, it's worth repeating. The victim here is 13 years old, and all of this was over a bike, a disagreement over a bike. Judge King sending both men on to trial in circuit court, one on murder charges and felony gun crimes, one on aiding and abetting. Kimberly, Karen, back to you.
And Sean, I understand this case even goes beyond the shooting.
Well, Craig Patterson, the 13-year-old gunned down right on the street. His mom in 2019, also the victim of gun violence.
Heartbreaking for that family. All right. Thank you, Sean. Our other top story tonight at 5. Michigan's Attorney General says her team has busted a retail fraud ring who stole millions.
It involves stolen data from California and Sam's Club stores right here in Metro Detroit. So let's bring in Pamela Osborne. She's working the story for us tonight. Pamela, help explain how this all worked.
This group was somehow able to electronically swipe the data off of 8,000 EBT cards. I want to show you some video now. We were just able to confirm that this search warrant, which is took place last Wednesday in connection to this ring at Mark's Liquor Store on Springwells in Southwest Detroit, was one of 8 locations searched as part of this huge investigation.
This is the first of what we believe will be many to come large-scale criminal enterprises.
Attorney General Dana Nessel announcing today her office, in conjunction with Michigan State Police, arrested 39-year-old Travis Newby, 23-year-old Darian Williams, both of Detroit, and 47-year-old Vanessa Williams of Highland Park in a massive food stamp fraud enterprise.
It was determined that several individuals were entering Detroit area Sam's Clubs and making purchases with fraudulent EBT cards.
8,000 cardholders had their information stolen by the group, which made $4 million in purchases at Sam Club stores throughout Metro Detroit. From there,
the merchandise travels and might end up, might begin in Michigan, might go to another state. Oftentimes, of course, will end up being sold online.
Nestle says it's part of a bigger problem with retail fraud costing the country $45 billion a year, our state alone accounting for $1 billion of that. The AG says the newly formed task force, which investigated, isn't done yet.
Let today's announcement serve as a warning for anyone attempting to commit these crimes in Michigan.
The 3 people arrested were charged with felony charges, and there could be more arrests that could take place in the coming days. That's based in part by some of the evidence that they were able to get as part of those search warrants. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pamela, thank you. Let's turn now to Washington and the race to get a deal on the debt limit before it's too late.
The president and the House Speaker reached a compromise over the weekend, but right now that proposed agreement is getting some pushback. As Drew Petromo reports, some key Republicans say they plan to vote no.
With lawmakers back in Washington after the holiday, the hard work of getting this bill through Congress is fully underway. With less than a week left to avoid a first-ever default on the nation's debt, party leaders working to sell a compromise deal to skeptical lawmakers.
We strongly urge both chambers to pass the bill and send it to the president's desk.
The deal extends the debt limit for 2 years while keeping spending roughly the same.
I've talked to many about whether they're for or against the bill. I'm not sure what in the bill people are concerned about. It is the largest savings of $2.1 trillion we've ever had.
President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who crafted the deal, are facing criticism from some of the most liberal and conservative members of their parties.
To be very clear, not one Republican should vote for this deal. It is a bad deal.
Republican hardliners say the bill doesn't go far enough to cut spending. They include members of the key House Rules Committee, but Republican allies of Speaker McCarthy say the majority of the conference supports the bill.
We cannot let perfect be the enemy of the good, and I guarantee you the majority of the House is going to agree.
Meanwhile, liberal Democrats are criticizing concessions made by President Biden, including new work requirements for some people on food stamps and the fast-tracking of energy projects.
Ironically, both Democratic and Republican members, I think, struggling with this vote, the same dynamic, but for almost opposite reasons.
Getting the plan through Congress will likely require votes from both parties, a delicate balancing act for leaders with a deadline for default fast approaching. Leaders in the House hope to pass the bill by the end of the day tomorrow. From there, it would head to the Senate, where there are members of both parties expressing similar concerns. In Washington, Drew Petromo, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Drew. Markets were mixed on the news today. The Dow closed down 73 points. The Nasdaq was up 31 points.
The Carter Center announced today former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has been diagnosed with dementia. Mrs. Carter has long been a mental health advocate working to improve access to care and decrease the stigma related to mental health care. The announcement comes as Carter's husband, former President Jimmy Carter, is receiving care at their home in Plains, Georgia.
I think they said they were married 77 years.
Incredible.
Can you believe that? Wow. All right, let's talk about the weather. Check out these live pictures of the start-finish line for the Grand Prix from our Windsor Skycam. The first race cars hit the track Friday morning at 8:30 a.m. And it's going to get hot as we make our way closer to race day.
Yeah, let's get over to Kim Adams. Kim, we're going to see 90 before it's all said and done.
We are, in fact, very close to it right now. In Howell, it's 89 degrees, 86 in Pontiac, upper 80s in Adrian, and 87 in Detroit. Well, this comes with a price. Obviously, there are some air quality issues, also known as an ozone alert day, but now called an air quality alert. It just means that if you have asthma, if you're sensitive to, when there's a problem with the air quality, definitely going to be feeling it over the next several days. There are things you can do to help the ozone. Carpool, bike to work. I know that's not possible for a lot of you, but if it is, that would be a great alternative. Check on seniors and those with asthma, and then try not to refuel your car if you can, and certainly try not to do it during daylight hours. Right now it's near 90 in Howell, 88 in Flint and Lapeer, 82 in Mount Clemens, 86 in Port Huron. Tomorrow we go right back into the upper 80s, possibly touching 90 tomorrow, although I think we're definitely going to do that later on in the week. So the weather story, we will have a lot of heat the next several days, rain chances slim to none, and feeling pretty toasty for the Grand Prix. We'll talk about our next chance for rain in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kim.